GG. Thanks for the GG, man. Alright. Donkey's still there. GG.
Perhaps.
Take two, 450. We're running night again, or should I run like Bandit or something? Don't give me some bullshit to like one-handed dagger or some crap like that, because I don't have time for it, unfortunately. So we got Knight, Swordsman, Bandit, Cleric, Sorcerer, which I'm not running because of reasons, Explorer, Deprived. We ran Bonk not too long ago, dude. Like, literally, like, last week. But Deprived would be a fists-only run, I think. Because he doesn't start with a weapon. So we'd have to do that another time. So we got Cleric, Bandit, Swordsman, Knight. Are we running Knight again? Should I just run Knight? What do you guys think? Bandit? I mean, I like the armor set for sure. So Swordsman, Bandit. We got between Bandit, Swordsman. Knight. We got Knight as well. Jacob wants Knight. So gotta break the tie here. It's between Knight, Swordsman, and Bandit. I'll give you 30 seconds or I'm gonna choose, basically. I think YouTube is talking too. I have to look at YouTube. Knight. Okay, we got 2 for Knight. 2 for Swordsman. Now it's between Knight and Swordsman. Hold on, I'm getting a phone call. I don't think it was worth a damn because they hung up, so. Between Knight and Swordsman. So we got between Knight and Swordsman. So what are we choosing? Knight or Swordsman? I need a tiebreaker, somebody. I need to choose now because it needs to happen. I have to hurry up and run this. Okay, so you already said Swordsman, so you count as part of the 2, not a tiebreaker. I need somebody who hasn't talked yet to choose one. If not, I'm choosing. Okay, I'm choosing. We're running Knight again. I'll just grab the bonfire aesthetic. All people come here for the same reason, to break the curse. The curse. So welcome to Dark Souls 2 Scholar of the First Sin Edition. There's a lot of people that don't understand a lot of the community stuff. It's kind of weird to talk about because There's some people that have a super firm grasp on a lot of the community stuff, and there's some people that don't have any idea about certain things. And it's not necessarily anybody's fault, but the deeper you've been into the community and the longer you've been in the community, you pick up some stuff and you find out some things about games and things that have happened in certain games and all that. But Scholar Edition is actually the remaster of the original vanilla version of Dark Souls 2. And I think there's a misunderstanding a lot of the time when it comes to the Scholar Edition of the game, because you always get a lot of people that are like, oh, well, they should remake Dark Souls 2. And they don't need to remaster or remake it because it's basically a remaster. Does that make sense? Number one. Number two, Dark Souls 2 has a remaster already, but I would love to see a remake of Dark Souls 1 specifically. You know what I mean? I would love to see a remake. The remastered Dark Souls 1, there's Dark Souls 1 remastered that does exist. Some quality of life changes, very small amount of changes, but I would love to see a remake done like an Unreal Engine 5 would be nice. Not going to happen anytime soon, but it would be a cool thing to view. Dark Souls 3 doesn't necessarily need a remaster yet, but if they remastered it, I would definitely fork out the cash for it. So, I mean, there is advances. The technology has gone above and beyond recently in the recent years since Dark Souls 3 was released. For sure, it could use a remaster, maybe a polish of some kind. You know what I mean? Which would make it interesting. I think that would be an interesting thing. You know what I mean? It's a good game. It's definitely one of my favorites, you know, but for sure it does need some love. There needs to be some love provided for Dark Souls 3. That, and then, of course, Bloodborne, which is a notorious hot topic. Like, everybody's always talking about wanting a Bloodborne remaster, remake, Bloodborne, like, at least a patch, or fucking, you know, just anything for Bloodborne, Bloodborne 2. Never going to happen, of course, because of production hell, but, you know, basically just the end of the contract with FromSoft anyways. So, and I don't think FromSoft would want to sign another contract for a Bloodborne sequel. I'm pretty sure they wouldn't want to, but I would be all for it if they did, you know. But still, I don't think it's going to happen ever, unfortunately. That being said, of course, Night Rain's coming out, which isn't directed by Hidetaka Miyazaki, which is kind of a hot topic. We're talking about Dark Souls 2 and its origins and who directed it and who the main, what do you call it, manager of the game was, which was Hidetaka Miyazaki, even though he didn't direct the game itself or write the game. So it's kind of a hot topic. It's going to be one of those games where people either will really like it or they're really going to hate it. What's up, Oswaldo? Welcome. So we're not sure yet about Night Rain. I know that they have stuff set up for February for network testing, and we'll find out more then, really. So we're not sure about Night Rain yet, you know what I mean? It could either be really good or really bad. So we have no idea.
Choice now.
And then, of course, you know, you've got Elden Ring DLC, and Elden Ring DLC was pretty good. They're not going to make another DLC for Elden Ring. I just hope they don't make any more Elden Ring games. I know that some people would be completely against the idea of me saying that, but I think Elden Ring's pretty much lived out its personality. Like, it's just done. A new IP is what we need from FromSoft. And I don't, from what I'm hearing, like, FromSoft doesn't want to make a lot of Souls games right now, which is understandable because they've been making the same formula for the last, like, 20 years. Even though it's at the height of its popularity, probably, because of Elden Ring, I feel like Miyazaki's burnt on the concept of it. Like, I don't think he wants to make any more for a while. So I don't know if it's going to be years before the next project comes out or what's going to happen, but He also was talking about delegating his work to other people, which they might produce Souls-like games, but it won't be a Miyazaki game for a while. If that makes sense. Yeah, I died to a stupid ass hollow that was climbing up a ladder. So. Well, that's what he was saying. He wanted to deliver something that was more closed world, like original style world design, like he used to make. Because they want the next game they're going to make is a lot smaller, but that might also be Night Rain, which I'm not sure. But then there's also the one that they've been talking about, which is a game where it's like set in the ocean or something like that, which is kind of weird. Because if you look at the original designs for the hippo, the golden hippo in Elden Ring, he was meant to be fought in the water originally. So I guess there was a swimming mechanic they were going to introduce in the DLC. You know what I mean? Which would have been interesting because, I mean, I think that's kind of the only thing missing from the games is the swimming element, aside from Sekiro. Sekiro has it, but because I know that some of the monsters too in Elden Ring as well were meant to be fought in the water. Like the octopus that you fight on land octopus was meant to be a water enemy. Which is kind of weird to think about how they would have set that up, but they could pull it. I think they could pull it personally. I don't think it's much of a problem for them. You know what I mean? Personally, I don't think it would be much of a problem. Princess Bride by Miyazaki would be great. Yeah, I know, right? We're just going to go for the big... Oh, you know what? We can't. We need the bright bugs. Never mind. I was going to go straight for the rotten, but we need the bright bugs. So we need 16k for the bright bugs. But yeah, so they're going back to more like a closed off, less open world formula supposedly in the next game, but that might be Night Rain, like I said, so. Which, I mean, Elden Ring is a good game. It's just there's not a lot of elements in the game that make it a great open world game. It's a decent Souls-like game, you know? But when you come to terms if you're like playing The Witcher or like Ghost of Tsushima or something, there's a lot of shit missing, man, you know, honestly. Everything, screaming eels, rock climbing, sword fighting. Yeah, that's why I was hoping it was a pirate Souls-like game. A pirate Souls-like game in the vein of Bloodborne would be interesting as fuck, especially with the Shores of Madness and stuff. Like, that'd be cool as fuck. You're gonna miss my lovin'. You're gonna miss my love. You'll never find someone who loves you like I do. You'll never find. Black beard, blue beard, and yellow beard. Yep. The king of the yellow beard. Yeah, I can only imagine what kind of shit they would pull in a game like that. But that would be cool as hell, dude. They could add like prosthetics and stuff. Like I was saying, you could do like because pirates are missing limbs, you know. If you think about it, it would stand to reason to make sense to have a pirates game because you could customize your character based on it. Like some stuff from like Sekiro, the swimming would be good, you know, swimming monsters, fighting on a boat, I mean, swashbuckling, you know, Lovecraftian horror. You know, I mean, you could keep doing it. Did she give me the ring? I didn't even notice. No. Oh yeah, she did. The old Ironbeard DLC, yeah. That's what I'm saying, man. It'd be badass as fuck. I'm telling you. Dying with exams. I'm sorry to hear that, man. I'm doing good. Running my Soulsborne No Death runs 450 total after this. So this will be my 450th No Death run of the Soulsborne series if we finish it today. And it's a class run, so it's like fucking night stuff only, basically. Different prosthetics. Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, if you could get like an explosive arm or some shit, you could kind of use the trick weapon method on it. You know what I mean? Which would be interesting. The jumping mechanics could stay the same from Elden Ring. Like, you could do all kinds of shit with a pirate game in the FromSoft universe. That, and of course, you know, they're not gonna do it, but it would be awesome to have a Castlevania produced by From Software. Like, it would be legit one of the most awesome games ever made. And I'm not talking 2D platform and shit. I mean third person, like a Souls game, but it's fucking Castlevania. So show me and tell me. Come on, boys. Get the hell out of the way. Really? You lazy shit. It's probably not going to happen, though, because, you know, reasons, like, good ideas don't make sense to other people sometimes, and, like, if they don't hear those things, they won't understand it. So, hold on, I'm getting a phone call while I'm trying to not die. 5 seconds, please. Someone who loves you like I do. $187 number is never a good one. Usually like a bill collector or something, you know? Purse user? Yeah, a nice purse user kill, yeah. He's the purse user. Dull ember. Life is so dull, especially with this ember. Yeah, this is the Falconer's armor. But this is the starting armor that the knight gets for some reason. I guess the knight was a falconer or something. It has to make sense, I guess, somewhat. It's weird though, right? I agree. Are you fucking serious? Whatever. Wow, of course. I blew myself up too. Why not? It's not like I don't have any healing items or anything, you fucking assholes. Yeah, it's the Falconer set. That's what you start off with as a knight. I don't know why. I don't know what the lore behind that is, but yes. You start with the Falconer set. I don't know what it is, why that is, but... Classy armor for a knight. I guess it's the most knight-like. There is the knight set in the game, though, you know. It's just weird that you don't start with the knight set. But it looks identical to the knight set in Dark Souls 1, so... I don't know. I don't know what the reasoning is. You know what I mean? I personally don't understand it, but... it is what it is, I guess. What do you do when you lose an empty? What do you mean lose an empty? What does that mean? Lose and feel empty? Is that what you said? Is that what you mean? I'm trying to understand. I never feel empty, by the way, even if I lose. Oh, look who it is. Our good old friend Forlorn. Oh, you son of a bitch. This is the only dude problematic to a no-hit run. I'm going to tell you right now. Oh, he's coming this way. Nice. Gonna miss my lovin'. Gonna miss my love. I'm gonna go in this little room because there's a lot of places to fall off. Oh my fucking god, bro. That hit like a truck. And of course I have no healing items, by the way. I only have 8 gems. life gems here and like one Estus flask, because he's an opportunist, this guy. You turd. Looks like I won. Me versus me, and I still won. Because I always win, even when I lose, baby. That's why I never feel empty when I do lose a run. Because no matter what, I'm learning, so I'm always winning. That's how you have to view it. That's how people that get comfortable with failure are the only ones that succeed. People that can't be comfortable with failure are the people that never succeed. And if they do, it's usually by accident. Butter, butter, butter. You're gonna miss my loving.
So, right? You've got
Flame, dear flame. Four-line invasions keep it fresh? Yeah, I agree. I wonder who the fuck called me. I gotta see who this is. Hold on. It says it's from Michigan? I don't, and then it didn't answer the phone. It was really weird. You ever get phone calls like that where it doesn't make any sense? It's pretty strange.
Thank you kindly. See, listen.
Like, they called me for like 5 seconds, basically. You know? And that was it. It was just weird. That was just really strange. I need at least 4 life gems here.
Thank you, Kai. Oh, just well. Oh yeah. So, satisfied? Oh.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why that happens. Like, I'll call them, and it seems like almost a scam. Like, I don't know if you've ever gotten that like text message. We tried to deliver your package, but we're gonna be bringing it back to the station, and you have to call this phone number and shit. And it seems like total fiction. You know what I'm talking about? You ever got those kind of text messages where it doesn't make sense? I kind of feel like that's the case sometimes with shit like that. Is it just a scam of some kind? At least it feels like it to me. You know what I mean? Yeah, that one and like the postal service emails and shit. You know what I mean? Like those are all fake. Like they never would email anybody. Just like Bank of America. Bank of America doesn't email people usually. Unless like you owe them money or some shit probably. You know, if your account's overdrawn or something, they might email you, but they won't say like, "Oh yeah, somebody's got your card number." You know, like they wouldn't say shit like that ever. They would probably physically call you, which is even a detrimental thing because most people won't believe you're Bank of America if you get called by them. You know, which is hard to deal with. Like, because like, yeah, sure you are Bank of America, sure. And then you have to prove it to them, and you're like, you know what? Just call the number on the back of the card, homie. Don't even bother with me. Then you know for a fact that person's legit, usually. But if they don't let you call the number on the back of the card, then they're probably full of shit. Toll roads? Yeah, that one's pretty rough. The toll roads one, yeah. The worst part about working fraud department for Bank of America at one point was that like they would do the cold inbound calls, and the customer wasn't making the call, and they wouldn't tell you that it was an outbound call going to the customer. So basically, you'd end up on the phone with a customer, and you're like, "How can I help you?" And then the customer's like, you called me, so I don't know what the hell you need," you know. And then you'd have to prove to them that you were Bank of America because, you know, fuck, dude. I wouldn't believe I was Bank of America if I was that guy. I would think it was a scam, you know what I mean? But no, that's what happens sometimes. You just get a fucking cold call from somebody who we called, and they don't tell you that it's an outbound inbound call. And of course, they don't fucking believe you, and I don't blame them for not believing you. You know, so it's like, really, dude? Why you do this shit? Why for you do this shit? Yeah, but since we're on the subject of it, I do remember the reason why I got out of fraud, because fraud is brutal, man. Like, it's fucked up. Dealing with people's personal money and just having really no explanation for a lot of people is pretty fucked. You know what I mean? Like, there was this guy, and he was a veteran, you know, and I don't work there anymore, so I'm about to say whatever the fuck I want, basically, at this point, but this dude wanted a Peacock discount because he was a military veteran, right? And he's like, I want a Peacock discount. And so he starts looking on the internet for the Peacock discount for military veterans and stuff. And he gets an email from this guy, and the guy's like, yeah, I'll set you up with Peacock. You just have to give me your information, and we have to do a couple things, and we can get you discounted Peacock, basically, right? So what happens is this guy's in a wheelchair. Like, he was a Vietnam vet, so I mean, he's been around for a while. He's an older guy, okay? And the guy that was talking to him on the phone was like, I need remote access to your phone so I can activate your account, basically. And of course, if you know anything about scam, dude, like, that's a big old no-no. Like, they will never ask you for remote access to your phone, ever. So what happened was the dude gave him remote access to his phone, and of course his phone numbers are stored on the guy's phone, and they end up using that to give him a Peacock account, technically, with a login. But they drained his account for like $200,000-$300,000 or some shit like that. And this poor dude, man, was completely broke and penniless by the time they were done with his ass. So think about it this way. You have a 60-year-old man, 70-year-old man on the phone who's a military veteran, and he's in a wheelchair because he was injured in the war, and he's bawling his eyes out, crying because he lost $200,000-$300,000 of his money, and he's never getting it back. So emotionally, it takes a toll on you doing that job, man. Like, it's rough. It's hard to deal with. You know what I mean? It was worse for the guy, of course, but over periods of time of dealing with people in this situation where they ended up basically penniless and emotional, and basically everything that they've earned in their own life and their retirement funds, and you know, you had elderly people, and it's just it's a terrible experience, man. You know what I mean? You don't want to see these people go through this shit, you know? And granted, of course, it's a service, but I can only imagine being like a 911 dispatcher or something like that would be far worse. I don't think I could handle that. I don't think I could handle being a 911 dispatcher. It's just the amount of things that you would hear, man. You know what I mean? I don't think you could live that down. You would definitely need some therapy, in my opinion. Exactly. That's why they can never repay it. They willingly gave him the money, yeah. Ooh, I passed the background check for FedEx. Ooh, boy. Hell yeah. Yeah, you can't give them the money back, bro. That's the worst part about it. Is like, they'll be like, well, can I get my money back? And you know, you got to tell them the truth. You got to tell them the truth. You got to say, hey, look, I'm sorry, but I can't do that. It's not going to happen. Legally, we can't do that. We have to file a police report and all this stuff, but I can't give you that money back. No, I'm sorting. I'll be sorting. It takes a while to become a driver, dude. There's a wait list for it. I wanted to see how much damage he does. He doesn't do that a lot of damage for being NG+, I'm surprised. Oh, the gift cards? Yeah, man. Yep. That's the other thing, too, is like some people will be posing as family members and shit, dude. And that one's rough, too, because you get like elderly people that believe they're like a nephew or something, you know, trapped in the middle of nowhere out in Mexico or whatever, you know, and then they're like, oh, yeah, could you send me, you know, could you Western Union this, or could you, you know, buy me a gift card, Visa gift card for like $200? And then they buy like $500, $600, $200 ones, and it's just like, fuck, bro. Drove FedEx ground for a few years way back. Ground is different though. GG, thank you. Yeah, because what I'll be doing is I'll be sorting. Right now, technically, I'm still delivering for UPS. I'm trying to get into UPS because I would rather work for UPS than FedEx. But if they don't hire me for the off season, it's fine because I'll still be working FedEx basically until next year. Both are good though. I mean, they're not bad places to work. UPS just pays more, dude, you know? And has, like, benefits and shit, so. It's the only reason why. I love the UPSers, too, and I love my job with them, but. And they keep talking about hiring me, but I'm like, I'm not sure how true that is. You know what I mean?
That is more.
Used to sort for FedEx? Yeah. I know a driver that sorts for FedEx, which is funny because he'll pull peak season. Dude'll be up there at like 2 in the morning sorting. And then after until like 5 or 6 in the morning, then he goes and he sets up his route for UPS. Which I'm like, damn, boy. Oh, you know what? We should have done that. Here. Okay, well, you gotta die first. I gotta do this right. He's a 20-year dude, too, man. He's been working UPS for 20 years. It's like, damn, boy, how much money you need, like, for real, like... You know what I'm saying? Like, Jesus, because them drivers make, like, 43 to start, you know? After the new contract, it's 49.90 something, or 49.30 or some shit like that, but... After the 5-year period increase, but... It's like... But just in Arizona. I'm pretty sure they make more in other places. California, they probably make at least another extra 10, 15 bucks an hour. More than likely, but... And then the thing is, I was going to truck driving school. That was my goal, right? I started with this truck driving school thing, I think November, and I'm sick of their shit. I mean, I got to the point where I'm completely fucking sick of their shit. So I'm gonna, like, basically choose a different school. Powered by amphetamines? No, they're just hard fuckers, man, Bryce. That's usually how it goes. Usually, most people that work at UPS are hard as fuck. They're definitely no slouches. Even in their older ages, they tend to be pretty intense individuals. Like my usual driver, Deb, this lady, I've said this before, but she's in her 50s. She takes cancer medication because she had breast cancer. And this shit elevates her body heat. In the summer in southern Arizona, the back of that truck is like 130 degrees, and she'll be working with that medication in her system. So a lot of these people are just hardcore as fuck, bro. And that's one of the reasons why I love the UPSers so much, because they're just hardcore motherfuckers, dude. They really are. God damn it, I should have known he was going to do the third. What's up, Jeffrey? Welcome. At the terminal I was at, we packed our own trucks too. Yeah, so you did the preload stuff and the driving, or what? That's pretty rough, dude, because usually in UPS they have their own preload team. Which it's hard work because it's preload, because they give you like 1,700 packages, and you got a preloaded truck, like couple different trucks, like at least 5 or 6 trucks, dude, sometimes. And yeah, preload's pretty hardcore. And if you have to preload and ride in it, ooh boy, that's some work right there too. So that's the thing I respect. I respect the FedEx guys too, man. And I'm not trying to be mean. Okay. If you work for Amazon, I'm sorry if I say this and it bothers you, but a lot of us don't like Amazon drivers. I mean, y'all get a fucking air-conditioned car, bro. You're out. I mean, I'm just going to put that out there. Number one, drivers don't like you from UPS. I'm not trying to be an asshole, but it's the truth. We don't like you. Trying to be mean, not trying to be mean at all, okay? Just being honest with you. It's not your fault, it's the company's fault, okay? Little ass trucks, yep. Yeah, that's how they do it, man. You got that pickup. That's what they call that, a pickup. Because, like, in UPS, that's what we do that all the time, bro. Especially when somebody needs help, dude. Fuck, dude. That's, like, the worst on peak season. Luckily, they have what's called PPD or SSD drivers, which you can toss some stops on them, which is nice. But those are seasonal drivers. But that doesn't happen often, bro. You go in there with like 300 packages, you're pretty much delivering 300 packages. That's usually how it goes. Usually. $196 days. Woo, boy. Yeehaw, buckaroo. The other guys I really respect are the USPS guys, man, because they got it pretty rough. Because they handle more than just the parcels, obviously. They handle flats and, like, letters and sure posts and, you know, next days and just pretty much everything. And it's not just, like, several houses spread out. They service every house, dude. And that's got to be rough work during the summertime, especially. You know what I mean? So I definitely respect the USPS a lot, dude. They do a lot of hard work. Their trucks are, you know, not big, but they're definitely not air conditioned either. And during the hot seasons, it's rough on those guys, man. And if it wasn't for them, you'd never get your mail, you know. So there's a lot of respect for those guys, in my opinion. You gonna come down this time? Well, he went this way? What the fuck? You trickster. I love it. I love the spirit, sir. Good job. GG. FedEx ground contractors own the route, so you don't actually work for FedEx or truck. Oh, so you're an independent contractor. How does, do you get benefits that way or no? Or do you have to source out your own benefits? Because if you're independently contracted, I would imagine that you'd have to source out your own benefits. Unless they have some kind of like closed thing that they do if you're contracting through them. Which might be something that does exist. Which means you could bring your truck home and shit, right? Technically. If you wanted to. I would imagine, though, the scrambling for those routes, dude, must be a pain in the ass because some are closer to your house and shit, right? They must be, like, vicious with trying to own them routes. Oh! Oh! Dude, right in the back of the head, that was a close one. The 17-foot box van, yeah, I would imagine, dude. That's gotta suck. What are the rules like backing in and shit? Like, do you have like I would imagine you guys have extensive federal rules that you follow, right? Guidelines and shit. There has to be. That's another reason why, what do you call it? Amazon gets kind of shit on is because of their rules. Because they basically, there's a lot of shit that they don't do. Rule-wise, kind of unsafe. Battle for some other contractors? Yeah. That's what I figured, dude. It's like that. That's what I figured. Yeah, because you have like, plus, don't you have like 200 sensors probably on that fucking truck too, right? Shit ton to tell them if you're doing some shit you shouldn't be doing or whatever. I'm pretty sure they're like always paying attention to that shit constantly. When was this phone call placed? 28 minutes ago. Yeah, it was first. Is that a backup camera? That's fucking great, dude. That's great.
So,
It's not even just that, man. Watching them terrible fucking kids, bro, you know? The kids are terrible. I'm not trying to be mean or anything, but you know what I mean? Those kids got to be a pain in the ass to deal with on a daily, too. Because there's always those problematic children, you know what I mean? And they still keep everything fucking safe, too, you know? So that's got to be a juggle for sure, dude. Yeah, definitely. Like, my kid, I love her. She's well behaved most of the time, but I'm pretty sure to other people she might actually not be well behaved at all. I have a feeling she's a pain in the ass to other people. Just have that feeling, you know? The other dudes I think need a lot of respect too are probably the trash dudes. The city guys that do the trash. The other day I was riding around in this neighborhood and I haven't seen this in a long time, but there was a dude riding on the trash truck, like literally holding onto the bars, bro, and like putting his knee down to fucking basically not fall off the trash truck from behind. I don't see that shit anymore at all. It's like an essential function of the city too. Like they definitely need trash people, you know. I would imagine that job is pretty difficult somewhat too, you know what I mean? Like the amount of schedule keeping and shit and smelling trash all day, and like I'm pretty sure it's a rough job to have. Alright, so let's see. Program. Safety reminder. Deb. Text her. The aren't light, yeah. Driving those trucks, man, has got to be rough, though, in general, you know? I'm pretty sure.
Bearer of the curse, seek the king.
Thank you kindly.
Seek less.
$698,000. I don't know where we can hit 1 million at, because we need to hit 1 million to move on. We'll get another bonfire aesthetic. I'm pretty sure that might push us over the Rin, but I don't know. Maybe we might actually have to do Huntsman's Cops, which is fine. It's just a waste of time, really. Because if we do Huntsman's Cops, then we can get another bonfire aesthetic and fight the Rotten one more time. And that should definitely push us over. So going all the way to Iron Keep is a gigantic waste of time on this run, if it's any percent. Yeah, I gotta leave right now. I guess there's 200 packages. So my driver's gonna meet me at 12 noon. So I have to go right now. We'll continue this run later. Because it's 11:30, right? So yeah, I probably should get going. Alright guys, I'll be back. We'll finish this run later. I'm just gonna keep it here in this spot. So thank you so much for watching. I'll be back later tonight. If not, I'll be back tomorrow morning. So I love you guys. I'll see you guys next time. Maybe if I come back tonight, I'll be able to run more than one. So I'm able to run 151 total. 451 total after this. What's up, Donato? Welcome to the stream, dude. My voice is a little rough, but welcome back. Welcome back, guys. It's kind of late, I know, but it is what it is. I'm here, though. What's up, Brian? Welcome. No, you're fine, man. I understand. I'm tired too, dude. I just delivered like freaking 200 packages, so I get it. I understand. What's up, David? Welcome, man. You guys are just tuning in. This is No Death Run 450 of 1,000. We've done 449 No Death Runs of the Soulsborne series, and the goal is 1,000, so welcome. This is a class run, night class, basically. An only run, I guess, is what you would call it. Mention it? Yeah. Yep. 200 packages today. It was hotter than peak season, man. I'm telling you, it was pretty bad. It was definitely a rough day, man. Pretty rough. What's up, Jose? Welcome. Yeah, it was definitely busier than peak season. It was just pretty rough. But got through it, luckily. It took like 8 hours for me, but not bad. It's cold. How cold is it over there right now? And where, like, put a specific location to, like, city, if you don't mind. I just downloaded Bleak Faith Forsaken because I'm going to try it out. I'll see how bad it is. It's got good reviews, though. That's the thing that's funny. It's got pretty decent reviews. That hit me through the tree. Okay. Sure. Whatever you say, lady. What's up, Kenneth? Welcome. I don't know who Craig is, but welcome to the stream anyways. Northern California? Yeah. I would imagine so, especially like close to Oregon and stuff too, man, yeah. Oh, it's a Friday reference. classic, dude. I love Friday. It's one of my favorite movies. He gonna cry in the car. It's funny because Craig works at UPS, right? I'm not the one invading you. It's an NPC that I got my name from, actually. They're a race of beings called the Forlorn, which were created by Aldia, which can't be tethered to a specific realm because they're interdimensional beings. They were an experiment of Aldia's to find a way to cheat life and death. So that's the whole point of the Forlorn in this game. And if you've played Dark Souls 3, you know the reference to the Forlorn, and the Mother of Tears from Dark Souls 2 is also in Dark Souls 3 as well, which is interesting as fuck, man, honestly. Gotta assume you're the boss. Well, you gotta understand, all the Forlorn are female, and actually have their roots in what was created as the what is it called? Remember the assassins from Elden Ring? They're actually the precursor to the assassins in Elden Ring. Does that make sense? The Black Knife Assassins, I think they're called. 30 minutes away from the Oregon border, yeah. 13 in Idaho. Ooh, boy. Ooh. That's cold, dude, yeah. No joke. That's pretty cold. $13 in Idaho. It's the best. That depends on what you're building, man. Depends on what you're building and what your reasoning is for building that character, if that makes sense. There's no clear-cut answer. Best invader / PvP character, a level 1 character. Hey, what's up, Greg? Welcome. In 10 years, yeah, dude. There's a lot of lore, man. This game has some very interesting lore. It's actually one of my favorite games because of the lore, really. You know? I'm having you on, well, look for new job postings. You know who's hiring is FedEx, bro. FedEx is hiring. Just letting you know. Pretty decent job to have at FedEx, too. Hitless congregation, nice. Design market saturated LA. I've had a look. It's a marketing post since graphic design goes hand in hand. That's good stuff, man. Yeah, hopefully you find something good then. Something decent, you know. Would be nice. Dude, still, man, fucking all day, huh? All night, dude. That's crazy. That's insane. Makes you want to get. You don't have your license, your basic license, or you're talking about CDL. You don't need a CDL to work for a lot of them, dude. UPS trucks don't need CDLs to operate. They just need a standard license. 50 attempts on Sin. But what build are you using, though, man? That's the thing about it. Sin's very specific. It's gonna be, man. I hope so. That's a good way to look at it, you know? For sure. I agree with you. I already got 3 jobs again, so hopefully we're going in the right direction, dude, you know? Strength longsword. His hitboxes are a bit wonky, though, man, you know? That's fair, David. I mean, yeah, getting it back's actually easier than you would think sometimes. I didn't have a license for a while. I had to physically go down there and tell them I needed a license for going to work, basically. And they're like, oh, you need it to go to work? Okay, well, we can do that, you know. And they gave me some kind of payment plan, and then I fixed it all, basically. You know, it's funny. The only tickets I ever got were driving around with no insurance. It was basically the only thing I did. It's the 3rd job. So currently I work for FedEx, UPS, and I stream, and I do Instacart. So it's like 4 jobs, but. Technically like 4 jobs, but.
I'll be around if you
Why a level 1 invasion? So the thing you gotta understand about a level 1 character is that you can build him to suit, Jacob. So there's no unnecessary shit, and at the same time it provides a lot of specifics to whatever you want to build. You know what I mean? So that's the reason why, like, it's better to build the suit if you're using a level 1 character for invasions or for PvP. So that you can better tailor the character to builds, if that makes sense. You have more points to move around. There's no unnecessary crap. You see what I'm saying? So it's kind of better to have a level 1 character somewhat for something like that. Cuts all the meat out for no reason. Does that make sense? Would you recommend doing all DLC first? Or, yeah, I mean, it really doesn't matter if you do either or, man. You know what I mean? It just depends on, like, you know, how you're playing the game, what's happening, if you're having trouble or whatever. I've played this game so many times, I don't really know anymore. I think it just depends on what you think, basically. It's a crazy schedule. Yeah, a little bit. The thing that's crazy about UPS and FedEx full-time is part-time for some reason. So you have basically 2 part-time jobs and a 3rd part-time job. So technically there's 3 jobs there. Until one decides to give you the show, you know, and make you a princess and then totally put you in on like a truck or something. Then you can pretty much just delegate which one you want at that point and just give one of them up, possibly. But I'll still probably work in 2 jobs at that point because it's me. You know what I mean? Because it's me. I like working 2 jobs. I'm a psycho. But Instacart is basically like DoorDash, but with groceries. So basically what you do is they give you a credit card. You go to a grocery store after taking... dollar per mile too. That's kind of a big thing. You know what I mean? Dollar per mile is very important when you're running like DoorDash or Instacart or any of that. And you can basically pick up whatever you want. You don't have to like have a set schedule. If you have extra time, you can pick up extra cash. You know what I mean? Some of them pay pretty good too, like different orders. You know what I mean? Done DS3 and Bloodborne also. Yeah, I have quite a few no death runs in Dark Souls 3 and Bloodborne. What's up, Mark? The heal trail, yeah. True that, sir. So like, you don't have to like invest too much time if you don't have enough time for like Instacart or DoorDash. You just pick up an order, deliver it. You can make up to about $100 a day if you pick up enough orders. It's not that hard. It's just some people like to bitch. You got to cover your ass a lot. You know what I mean? So just depends on what's happening, really. Yeah, because some orders you can make like $40 just on one order. Especially like during the holidays, it gets ridiculous. Like during Thanksgiving time, it's pretty busy, but... Butter, butter, butter. That was some good butter. We got some good butter there, man. That was decent butter. Yep, perfecto. Butter, butter, butter. The legs are fingers. Yeah, I know, it's kind of weird, right? I love that about that fight. It's so weird. It's a weird ass fight. For sure.
I knew.
I knew you'd be back. I always come back, dollface. Every time. You guys are wondering what we're running. We're running my 450th No Death Run of the Soulsborne series. That being said, we're doing a class run, which is basically the night class. So, I don't really think we need anything else. Maybe some vit, just to make ourselves a little lighter. We should be fine. Butter, butter, butter. Butter, butter, butter. We did upgrade this plus 10. Yes, we did. GG. That dude's gonna chase me. It's okay, we'll kill this guy though. Alright, Justin, we'll see you later, man. Thanks for tuning in. I'll be on tomorrow morning, by the way. Alright, man, I'll see you tomorrow then. Have some good rest. Not kill. I know, right, dude? It's weird, right, Mark? You got used to it too, man, yeah. Longsword has more reach, yeah. It's just because this class starts with the broadsword, so we have to use it. Because it's a class run. If it wasn't, I'd be using something else, but... I actually don't remember. And for PvP, I do remember the Pursuer's Sword being pretty decent, but that was PvP because of the golf swing. You can knock people over ledges and shit. That was pretty funny. I know the Dragon Slayer Spear is total dog shit, though. I don't mind the Sinner's Sword too much. Lost Sinner's Sword's pretty decent. The Sentinel Bow is pretty good. Not Sentinel, what's it called? Dragon Rider's Bow is pretty good. If you're talking about boss weapons, then Yeah, rapier is one of the best weapons in the game. That and the red rusted twin blades, but boss weapons, like, I'm not sure. Even the great club has its uses, you know. The great sword's really good. You asshole. Butter, butter, butter. It's so buttery, baby. Gotta love that butter, dude. I swear to God. Makes you slap your mama. I don't know. I don't want to use this yet. I might use it later. You dick. What a dickhead. Alright, whatever. Sloppy. If you do enough damage, she only lasts like 20 seconds. Which, I actually like the boss quite a bit. Yeah, if you deal enough damage to Alana, she only lasts like 20 seconds. With the, what's it called? Red Rusted Twin Blades, pretty much. Lightning infused. And like, I think it's like 30 faith and 30 intelligence and like 30 strength and shit. But if you're like, you know, picking cherries and smacking her, you know, it's probably going to take a while. Especially when she starts summoning Veldstat, stupid ass. You know what I mean? It's kind of annoying. I can see your pain there, honestly. Yeah, leaving one of them alive does work, yeah. The crazy thing is she gives you like a good 40 seconds the first time you walk in there to beat the living crap out of her. If you have enough stamina to run up on her ass anyways. She's just standing there until she starts... Worth it. Thanks for the GGs, guys. Appreciate it very much. Almost halfway, yeah, 450 no death runs. All we need is another 50 and we should be at 500. Only 50 to 500, guys, and then we're halfway to the goal, which is 1,000. Can't wait. I'm so excited to get to 500, guys. It's all just downhill after that one. I'm good, man. My voice is a little jacked up, though. Keenan, how you doing, man? I like all of them, man, honestly, but I think I've played this the most. I've got, like, at least, I think, 150 no death runs in this game. What are you doing over there, dude? Dancing or what? It's funny how the Mel Finito stops singing once you get there. I've noticed that a few times. 1/10 of 10,000? Go to hell, sir. We're not doing 10,000. You're crazy. It's mostly because of the memes, dude, honestly. Miyazaki has a lot to do with this game because he was the head director, the head supervisor. And then the guy that directed this is actually a co-director on Elden Ring, so it's just mostly the meme, dude. Honestly, it's just because Miyazaki didn't write and direct it. Basically, people started crying, and of course, the story doesn't follow the first one, but I kind of dig that because it has a Final Fantasy type vibe. If you ask me, kind of like a vacation from Soulsville. So it's kind of one of the reasons I really like this game. You know. I like all of them though. Every single Souls game I'm a big fan of. So it's like a bunch of Twinkling Titanite I think I dropped. What's up, Willis? How you doing, man? I don't like to compare them. I like to see them all. They have their strengths and weaknesses, basically. I don't compare them really, though. You know what I mean? Like, the Dark Souls 1 really does like have unrivaled level design in general. You know what I mean? But the bosses are kind of meh. And it is archaic, the combat system a bit. You know what I mean? The storyline's good, though, dude. The overall character designs are pretty good, too. You know what I mean? Dark Souls 2 does a lot of good things, too. Like, there's a lot of mechanics that should have been in the rest of the games. Bonfire settings, dual wielding, open-ended maps, like... You know what I mean? There's a lot of good stuff Dark Souls 2 does, as well. Interesting lore elements. Dark Souls 3 has, I guess, the best rogues gallery, the best boss fights. Yeah, there's a lot of different reasons to like each of the games, honestly. Probably one of the best combat systems, too. You know what I mean? Bloodborne has an interesting design arc, interesting storyline. Like, they're all good, man, just in their own way, you know? I'm not one of those, like, this is better than that game, or this game sucks. Like, I'm not one of those people. I don't do that. I just enjoy them all. It is cold in here right now, dude. These guys suck. These guys are my least favorite enemies in the whole entire game. These two guys and the ponies from the Frigid Outskirts are like my least favorite enemies in the whole entire game. These two specific dudes, though. Okay, no death hit. Yeah, this game is very difficult, Matthew, so, I mean, don't feel bad about this. Game is extremely difficult. We're gonna get broken shit here. Oh, we didn't get broken shit. That's surprising. Oh, and I don't have any repair powder because we started as the knight. Yeah, DS3 has like some of literally the best bosses in any Souls game. And I mean, there's some good ones in Elden Ring, but I still think that Dark Souls 3 has my favorite rogues gallery. I mean, Dancer of Boreal Valley, fucking Dark Eater, Madeir, Gale, like so many good bosses in that game, dude. You know, Dragon Slayer Armorer, the Demon in Pain, the Demon Below, like they're just all good. And Sister Freed, like, you know what I mean? Just a smorgasbord of fucking decent, detailed boss designs. Like, it's the best thing, you know? Key of the Embedded, baby. Woo-wee. You like Foreskin Pepe, the demonish schlong? That's what I call him. The demonish schlong. Oh, you asshole. Foreskin Pepe, yeah. Basically. Alright, man. We'll see you later, Greg. Thanks for tuning in, buddy. Appreciate you. We need to repair this weapon before it breaks. It's the only reason why I'm sitting here. Otherwise, I would. Really? You asshole. Human, do not produce light. I love this guy's voice. It's so fucking random. I think it does a lot of good stuff. Sekiro I don't really consider in the same league because it's not really an RPG. It's more of an action game, but there's a lot of interesting stuff about Sekiro that other games don't do. Excuse me, hold on 1 second. Like in-fight boss mechanics, there's not a lot of that in other games, including Souls games, which is kind of interesting. Each boss has to be fought deliberately and differently than other what do you call it, bosses in FromSoft games. It's definitely a less with more with less type situation, which is both like a double-edged sword though, because there's not a lot of move sets to learn or master, which makes it good, but kind of not good at the same time because all you get is a katana. It's kind of like why I prefer like Liza P over it though, because of the different movesets to master and different parry timings. Makes it a little more interesting for me. But other than that, it's a total masterpiece. It's one of the best games ever made in my opinion. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's what made it interesting. It's just that's the only thing is build variety is the only thing it lacks, and it's also not an RPG, and I can't really customize my character, and that's the other thing I don't really like about it. But other than that, it's interesting. It's a good game. It's definitely one of the best action games ever made, for sure. You know, for sure. If he skipped leg day, but shows a lot. Yeah, I know, right? Shouldn't have skipped leg day. Every day is leg day. I don't really need to level up anymore at this point. It's just ludicrous, but let's do this. It's not gonna hurt. I played all of the Armored Core games, even from the first one. My favorite is Armored Core 4, though. No, this is NG. We started on NG, bro. All the no death runs except for NG plus runs are always going to be on NG. Unless like NG plus 7 no death runs, usually. I like running those in Elden Ring, though. They're pretty quick. Those are like an hour and a half or something like that. Pretty fast. I mean, if you want to refarm stuff or maybe get the Vanquisher seal, then yeah. But other than that, not really. If you're doing NG plus 7 hitless boss fights, you better be in Champions Covenant, or else it just doesn't count. So it just depends on what you're doing. Yeah, my mic keeps unplugging itself and plugging itself back in for some reason. Kind of regret it. I mean, it makes the game harder, but it's like not much harder. You know what I mean? It's just hard enough, I guess. When you start getting into like NG plus 7 stuff, then it's really hard with Champions Covenant. Because I played this whole game NG to NG plus 7 level 1, and that was like a fucking nightmare. And of course, the last time that you play it through, you have to be on Champions Covenant, basically. Or else it just doesn't matter, really. Because it really doesn't matter anyways. If you get hit once, you're going to die no matter what in NG plus 7, but... You shit. Worst RNG. I hate when he does this crap. It's so annoying when he just doesn't sit still. Of course you hit me with that shit, dude. Total fucking waste of time. Thanks for killing about 30 seconds, asshole. Check out the arch trees, guys. Look at, they're in Dark Souls 1, Bloodborne, Elden Ring, Demon Souls. I can keep going.
The aim. Do not resist.
No, we don't have time for ancient dragon. This is any percent. I did all bosses, no death. That's on YouTube. I've done it 3 or 4 times. It's just a long ass run. It's like 6 hour, 7 hour run, something like that. If you do it the way it's meant to be done. I did a no death all bosses run last month actually in this game, and it's a pretty brutally long run, dude. Honestly, you know. Dark Souls 2, Scholar of the First Sin Edition. Last pointless level up before the last bosses in the game. Think I'm gonna buy something? I don't know. Let me see how many resins I have. I don't think I have enough resins for the last fights. Yeah, let's buy some resins. What's a useless stat to... Let's just level up fucking vitality. Why not? Pointless, but still, who cares? What was the first sin who committed it? Gwen committed the first sin. It's talking about the igniting of the flame. The scholar of the first sin is the one that studied the flame, basically. That's what they're talking about. Sure, why not? 13 works.
Farewell.
Why the fuck not? I don't really need any of this shit. I mean, I guess I could use the Dark Quartz ring, so why not? Are you serious? Oh my god, he's hitting the wrong fucking side of that. Jesus Christ. Wrong angle on that sword attack was bad, dude. Super bad. It's alright though. Thanks for the GG. Sloppy though. Real sloppy. Still did it though. Go, no death run, 450 of 1,000. Night class run. There we go. GG. So that concludes run 450 of 1,000, which means we've done 450 Soulsborne no death runs, including all the games. I'll probably be running 451 tomorrow.
You
So
who link the fire.
550 left, baby. Hell yeah, boy. She got a fat ass. Hell yes, you do, man.
Souls will flourish anew. And
So I'll be
all
running the rest of the
is
classes in Dark Souls 2, Dark Souls 1, and Dark Souls 3, just to
It is
break it
your
up.
choice to embrace or renounce.
The only thing that sucks about Bloodborne is there's no classes either. That's the kind of weird part there. Right. Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate everybody who watched tonight. If you're new to the stream, think about following. The journey is still halfway over. We still got 1,000 total to do. We're at 450, which leaves 550 left to do, which is a lot still. So, and I'll be playing Elden Ring, of course, and a bunch of other stuff. So, and I just bought Bleak Faith Forsaken, so I should be trying that out soon. I might actually no death run that one as well. So, I love you guys. Thank you so much for watching. You guys have a wonderful night.